Good afternoon and welcome to ZTN News Blitz. Let's start by taking a look at our top stories. Zim Health Minister visits deserted hospitals. Lawyer Thabani Mpofu appointed to MDC Accountability Panel. Turkey explains Syria military operation. In sports, GEMS coach Lloyd Makunde left out. With Zimbabwe's health sector paralyzed by the industrial action by medical personnel, Health and Childcare Minister Dr. Obadiah Moyo is touring affected hospitals in the capital Harare to assess the situation. Some doctors and nurses are not reporting for duty, citing what they term incapacitation, leaving patients stranded. A survey by ZTN today showed that only a few doctors and nurses are reporting for duty at public hospitals. At Harare Central Hospital, doctors were attending to critical cases while some patients were being turned away. Dr. Obadiah Moyo speaks.
We are on one of the wards and I've seen it. They are admitting absolute emergencies and critical cases mostly. I just want to appreciate once again, they were just telling me that the doctors come in the morning, they see the patients and they leave the instructions. So I want to appreciate all those doctors who've been coming to see the patients relentlessly, and at the same time to appreciate the nursing staff led by the clinical director, principal nursing officer and the CEO here at Harare Central Hospital.
The Zimbabwe Electricity Transmission and Distribution Company ZTN says it will increase load shedding to stage 2 after Eskom, from which Zimbabwe has been importing electricity, started power rationing in South Africa today. Eskom announced that it will implement load shedding from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., cutting 2,000 megawatts from the electricity grid. ZESA spokesperson Fulat Gwasira spoke to ZTN.
We are likely to load shedding. See, Eskom is declared an emergency, which means they won't be able to give us as much as we would like to, what's contractual. Yeah, what it basically means is, you know what, this is our supplier. When our supplier is experiencing challenges, it means they won't be able then to meet their end of the bargain.
Zimbabwe's main opposition MDC leader Nelson Chamisa has appointed a 5-member panel led by lawyer advocate Thabani Mpofu to supervise operations of local authorities run by the party in order to ensure accountability and transparency. Chamisa's spokesperson Dr. Nkululeko Sibanda told a media conference in Harare on Wednesday that the Integrity and Accountability Panel will work to stop corruption in the councils that they run.
Vice President Honorable Lynette Karenyi will be responsible for supervising all party activities relating to 2 clusters, which are Parliament and Party Building. Vice President Professor Osho Ncube will be responsible for supervising all party activities relating to administration and international relations and diplomacy. Vice President Honorable Tendai Biti will be responsible for supervising all party activities relating to policy and ideology and local government. You will be aware that Vice President Karenyi is a distinguished leader who has led the Women's Assembly, and brings with her a lot of experience and oversight to the activities of the party in Parliament. Advocate Thabani Mpofu will lead this.
The Harare City Council has suspended its Director of Works, Engineer Isaiah Chawatama, to pave way for investigations into the operations of his department. In a letter today, Town Clerk Hosea Chisango said the director will be on leave for 45 days. British twins born the size of Fanta bottles have been allowed to go home after 6 weeks in intensive care. Elizabeth and Etta Kearns-Turner were both 9 weeks early. The pair's lungs had not developed properly at birth and they were kept in Burnley General Hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. Despite having a relatively easy pregnancy compared to her older children, Susie was convinced things would go wrong as soon as she was told she was carrying twins and felt anxious every day. Turkey says it is pressing on with its military operation in northeast Syria despite sanctions imposed on Ankara by the United States of America over the cross-border action. Turkey launched the cross-border assault on Kurdish fighters last Wednesday, and Turkish ambassador to Zimbabwe Hakan Kivans told ZTN that his country's military operation is in the interests of over 4 million Syrian refugees staying in Turkey.
This is a peace operation. First of all, to secure our borders and to secure the Syrian people living there from the terrorist activities, and try to create a peace zone, a secure zone for the people, for the displaced Syrians to go back to their homelands.
Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sport. We begin with netball. The Zimbabwe Netball Association has confirmed coach Lloyd Makunde will not lead the team at the upcoming African Netball Championships in South Africa. Makunde led Zimbabwe to a commendable 8th place at the World Cup finals in Liverpool, England this year, and his absence from Zimbabwe's delegation is surprising. The Netball Association did not give any details on the absence of Makunde, only to say the coach for the Netball Championships is Robert Mutsauki. Moving on to football, Highlanders and Zimbabwe international striker Prince Dube has been recognized as the Premier League Player of the Month after scoring in 6 consecutive matches. Dube is on a good run of form with 7 goals in his last 6 games for both club and country. Manica Diamonds coach Johannisi Numa is the Zimbabwe PSL Coach of the Month. In rugby, the Harare Province Rugby Board will introduce the TENS rugby tournament that is scheduled for Saturday. The tournament will see Wise Owl School competing with rugby clubs, and this is the first time a high school has featured in a professional rugby tournament.
But most importantly, we're very excited by the inclusion of squads of high school teams like Wise Owl, so that they can test themselves against some of the club sides, as well as to ensure that our future Sables and Cheetahs and Lady Cheetahs and Lady Sables are given an opportunity to hone their skills and showcase their talents for selectors.
That's all we had for you on ZTN News Blitz. We are back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Do make a date with us then. Thanks for watching.